KKHT wants you to meet three of the classiest guys in real estate.
I am Chris Kelso, the maestro of mortgage.
I am Rob Cook, the godfather of real estate.
And I'm Joe Orsack, the king of credit swing. And together, we're the Real Estate Rat Pack. Much like us, real estate right now is smoking hot. So whether it's buying, selling, or owning, you need to check out the Real Estate Rat Pack.
They're here to take your calls and answer your questions live. Call now, 1-800-808-5548. And now, the Real Estate Rat Pack.
There we go. You know, she turned on
really
those
messing
mics
with
a
us this morning.
long time ago, by the way.
She was really messing with us this morning,
She was really trying to catch us. The whole time the mics were on, I was watching. I was like, mics are on, guys.
That is too funny.
It's potentially very dangerous, isn't it?
They can be extremely dangerous.
Very.
You know,
That's because it doesn't matter for like 2 years. We still do the when the intro's going and Simon is doing his thing, we all still imitate it.
Yes, that is correct.
I actually met Sigmund for the first time.
Sigmund, that's Simon.
Yes, Sigmund.
Sigmund, he does that voice.
Yes.
And I met him the other day, and I said, we want you to come to our party, and I'll announce everybody as they walk in the door. And now here's Joe. And he smiled and politely said,
Decline.
no. But
I have better things to do,
and speaking of the
like
party,
life.
Yeah, speaking
we
of
had
parties,
an amazing event.
we
on
had
Thursday.
another
Holy cow.
incredible event. You know, I think I want to take this time to, number one, thank everyone who's listening who attended today or on Thursday, by the way. We really appreciate everyone who was there. I also
was
want to take some
incredible.
time to acknowledge some people who not only
Who need
brought it
acknowledgement,
together,
yes.
who need acknowledgement, but who also brought together and did a lot of stuff to make that happen. First and foremost, you know, we have a guy right here in the studio who really brought together some really good stuff with Luchos and with Dimensions
You mean
by
Joe
Dan.
Orsack?
He is a guy sitting right next to you.
Yeah, that was
Well,
pretty,
thank you, Chris.
It was pretty amazing how that all coordinated so well, and
It
people
did.
had fun. We were actually, just so you know what we're talking about, we were shuttling with the limousine back and forth between Lucho's with Hector Villarreal
Correct.
and our event, which is over at Kirby in Richmond.
That is correct.
And it went pretty flawlessly, and people were just having a great time.
I
I think there was several pairs of shoes purchased that evening.
Multiple
at Lucho's.
Yes, multiple pairs of shoes.
Yes.
Because one of our guests, John Dowdy, his girlfriend, I think, ended up buying a pair of shoes over there. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Oh,
Yes.
You're about to get me in trouble. It's my that wasn't my girlfriend.
That was Ashley.
That was Ashley Bryant.
Okay.
She's
Oh,
our driver.
Ashley. Okay.
yeah, from the company.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, that's the story we're running with.
Well, we'll get that. We won't get.
Yeah,
any
we'll
more,
go with that, by the
breakfast
way,
anymore.
yes.
And I wanted to toss out too. You know, last week I was just walking into the studio as the show got started because there was some pretty outrageous traffic on 59,
Right.
and we were joking about the limo breaking down, and Dan was like, "No, the limo didn't break down, Joe."
No, well, and anyway, we had to reach out to Dan Gutierrez, who owns Dimensions by Dan.
Oh,
who
my gosh.
he is such a gracious gentleman.
I tell you what, we have worked with them for a while now, and they have been flawless. Every time we have worked with them, they have just been so on it. I mean, down to, you know, when we were at the store and had the limo parked out front, red carpets out, everything. The driver is still standing out there in his suit and tie and blazing heat, just patiently standing there waiting on us. I had to go outside and get him. I'm like, man, I can't let you stand out here. I feel bad. But
Well,
he
you know,
was
one
man in the
individual,
post.
one individual from Dallas on Thursday night who did not know where to go. The limo driver at 1:00 in the morning took him to go eat.
There you
go.
go.
That is service.
Floodwaters.
In a torrential
flood
downpour.
waters.
A torrential downpour right there. So
Those
we wanna
guys
thank
are
that, but, you know,
amazing.
we have
Dimensions by
Luke
Dan.
shows to thank. We have Berkshire Hathaway for hosting the event
Yes,
right there.
great
we
office.
have Improve My Credit USA with Joe Orsack. We have Willowbin Mortgage. We have Trendmaker Homes. We have
Capital Title.
Capital Title. We have AB Bowles. We have
Permapier.
Permapier. We have One Guard. We also have Princeton Classic Homes or Legend Homes as well.
Same company.
Same company right there. So, I mean, we have a lot of individuals that really stepped up and made it good. And then, more importantly, we had some incredible individuals out there. Just some people who attended the party.
Drove
and,
from
yeah,
Clear Lake, from all over the place.
Absolutely. It was fun, and it was just a really good night to spend it with really good quality people and just say hello and to get to meet their
And I
significant
think
others.
people are always amazed. Like, You're not trying to sell us something?
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
we're not.
We're just
trying
there to drink a lot
And give a lot of stuff away.
and give a lot of stuff away.
And-
That is
and
correct.
Lucho gave away some amazing ties.
Yes.
Rodolfo, our friend
I think
from
you got one on
PHP.
right now, don't you,
I
Joe?
do have a Lucho tie on right now. I love their ties. I'm a crack addict for his ties.
Yes.
And it's probably about a right analogy because I would go broke the same.
Well, and let's not start
I
talking
love
about
their
cracks
ties.
all over again, by the
Yeah,
way.
really. Yeah.
Got cracks?
Oh God, no,
Let's don't go there again.
please.
And I want to thank Bill Napick, who's on Real Estate Matters, and you get
Right.
to hear me twice today, or you have to hear me twice today, and I'll be back
Yes.
on it at KKHT at 1:00 on Bill Napick's show, Real Estate Matters. So I promised I would do a shout out for that.
Absolutely. Well, we have a great show today. We have,
do.
we have. Speaking
thought we
of
were just gonna
cracks
talk about
that,
the party.
that Joe was talking about a bit earlier, we have Permapeer as our guest again. It was
and
such
great
a
sponsor,
good,
too.
great sponsor, but such a good show last time. We were cracking up so much, we had to bring him back in.
We actually thought we should have them on the show and maybe I don't know talk about what they do
That is correct. That is correct.
instead of make crack
Instead of
jokes.
cracking up with his crack jokes.
Oh, gosh.
I promise today we're going to do our best to keep our composure, right?
Do you think the FCC is monitoring this?
Gosh, I hope not.
Even if they were, there was nothing wrong.
Or Salem Communications? Do you think they...
There's probably some big lawsuit going on right now that we don't know about.
Susan's going to get a call on Monday. You know those guys that are on Saturday? Could you talk to them?
But
I
this
don't
is
know
what
who
we're
they
gonna
are.
do
They
is
busted
instead
into
of
the
cracking
studio.
up at the end, we're going to crack up at the beginning.
Absolutely.
John, let everybody know about who Permapeer is, by the way.
Got caught a little off guard this
He's like,
morning.
oh, I have to talk.
Yeah, I gotta own up and get on the mic.
Yes.
Permapeer Foundation Repair of Texas. We're based out of Dallas. We're in San Antonio, Austin, Houston. We're a full-service foundation repair company, whether it be commercial, residential, you name it, we fix it. It's not a one-size-fits-all type repair. We've got everything under the sun, every known engineer method. We've even done some sort of unethical or unorthodox type stuff. for the listeners that have no clue what's going on, there's
we're doing. They're
It's
doing
an ussy.
It's an
self-
ussy.
an
It's an ussy.
in the
That's
middle
right.
of a interview. So
And
Anyways.
there never is a one-size-fits-all.
There
Yeah.
never is a one-size-fits-all for a foundation repair, whether it's whether it's residential, commercial, whatever.
That's perfect.
There's no 10 peer, we fix it type deal.
yeah, again, a lot of times that we have people that have Ashley Bowles on today, who is also one of our great sponsors. Often Ashley will be doing an inspection, and of course on an inspection report, the state of Texas only allows certain things which are visuals, and so Ashley basically address this is that a lot of times you'll see like the occurrence of something that indicates there's a slab issue. So why don't you let that man have a mic?
Yeah, a lot of the times we see it's a multiple effect when we're doing our visual inspection on the foundation. We take multiple aspects and conditions of the house into consideration before we make our opinion. And one is we're looking for any signs of cracking in the actual slab on the exterior. We look for cracks in the sheetrock or in the brick. We're also looking for windows and doors that don't open and close properly. If the doors are sticking all over the place, usually when they build the house originally, they build it plumb, things are square, and everything's working. So as there's more settlement to the slab, it can cause things to stop working in the house. And that's the biggest thing that we're looking for.
So is there necessary a slab issue when you see a door swing on its own? You think there's a slab issue, or could be other factors involved here?
It depends. Like I say, we're taking in.
That's my favorite answer. It depends.
It depends. We have to take in multiple aspects into consideration before we make our opinion.
Okay.
And that is what it is. It's an opinion, and what we do is we recommend that you would get a more professional opinion on the condition, someone that can actually go more into depth.
Right. Basically, after an inspection, a customer of yours might call John and say, "Hey, look, I just got an inspection report saying," and I'm sure that happens a lot. Inspectors will
All the
contact
time,
you,
every day.
will contact you and say, "Hey," because you said something the other day that was rather subtle, which was a cupping of some tile on the floor, and then you hear those those hollow sounds underneath it. If anyone's ever had that in their house, where you walk along with hard shoes on, and you hear that little hollow sound, and oftentimes that's cupping, which might indicate an issue.
Right. Yes, it could be. It could be the cupping of the foundation could be moving and it's causing the tile to pop, or it could just be poor insulation. The installation of the tile.
Oh, true. True. So
there's multiple. That's why we have to go with multiple things.
And again, your licensing is you get a lot of people. Now they're doing another selfie here. This.
It's an Ussie, Rob.
It's an Ussie. So,
changing the whole thing up to an Ussie versus a selfie.
Okay.
I will give credit.
Totally
I promised I would give Terry Green credit for that word. He coined it, and I said, look, I'm going to give you credit once. The next time it's a friend of mine, and from then on I own it.
I own it. That's right. Well, I already went in and tied up the URL on that, by the way. Ussies.com. So
Ussie.com.
Anyway.
Well, I have UssieUSA.com, so...
Yeah, Joe discovered a long time ago, if you put USA after any name, you get to use it.
Yeah. You can visit me at WalmartUSA.com or CokeUSA.com. And I'm sure the lawsuits are on their way now.
You know, or we'll invoice them for the for the marketing.
We will invoice them first.
So, getting back to, because we start with inspections. That's often before we call these other guys in here, and we're going to get to Wes Mannion, who's with Dominion Custom Homes, and we're going to talk about fixing it after we discover everything. But what do you advise a person that you've just told them, hey, there's cupping here, or I see this, or I see that? What do you tell them?
I basically let them know that in Houston it's very common. We're building on soil that's expansive. It expands and contracts. It depends on the weather.
Alluvial soil.
That's right. So we have to look at it. Is there proper irrigation around the house? Has there been a drought lately? Is the soil pulling away from the foundation? All those aspects come into effect. And mostly what I'll walk them through, I'll let them know whether or not sometimes there's not much they can fix with the slab without causing more damage to the house. So there may be a slight deflection. They fix it. It could cause more issues than you're actually fixing at the time.
For every action, there's an opposite equal reaction, and maybe not your intended result.
Yeah, so sometimes people ask me, they're like, well, should I remove the tree that's really close to my house?
Depends.
Well, it depends. Because after you remove the tree, it stops sucking up the moisture around the house. And it starts, then you have roots that could start deteriorating and rotting.
And create a void underneath
the house. So it depends. That's why I recommend that you get a professional come out, someone that's has many years of experience in the industry. They've seen it before. They've fixed it before. I can't do anything invasive, and they can. Yeah. They can do
and you're very restricted. And I don't know that people really understand what your licensing allows you to know. You have a lot more knowledge about construction than the average inspector out there, because you've actually done a lot of construction on your own and for other people.
Have you been over to his house and see all the stuff he's doing over there?
I saw that bathroom he did over there. It was awesome. So you can come over to my house next week. So
I already have him scheduled at mine, so you'll have to week after that.
Well, my wife has me scheduled doing my kitchen right
now.
Oh
yeah, you better put that, because we know if Mama's not happy, nobody is.
Ain't nobody.
Anyway, but you have limited things of what you, even though you may have some knowledge about it, you are very limited by your licensing. I don't know that consumers out there understands. It's like, why can't you tell me about this stuff? You can't take air conditioners apart. You can't see behind walls. It's a visual inspection.
And that's what it is. And then people do have a lot of questions. They're like, well, can you check? And I had a customer ask me if I could check the waterproofing underneath the slab. And I said, well, I can't see through it. And unfortunately, there's no way for me to check. Unless you're there at the beginning before they do it, you never know.
What do you think about those infrared inspections? You were telling me something about this a few weeks back when I asked you. And
I think everything serves a purpose. A lot of the things that you can pick up with an infrared, you can pick up without an infrared. Even though it's a thermal imaging, it's not X-ray vision. You can't see what you can't see still.
And we have 1 minute, by the way. Time flies.
Less than 1 minute now. That was a minute. That was like 30 seconds ago.
30 seconds right there, right?
Don't try to tell folks we are professionals.
We want to hear from you. You can always reach out to us at 800-808-5887. 5548. If you got something to ask a question to one of our great individuals today, anything about inspections, anything about foundation, anything about home repair or home modeling improvement.
Or new construction.
We've
got 'em in the
answer
house
today. Or if you just want to call and tell a Real Estate Rat Pack what a great show we are. We like to hear that as well. Anyways, stay tuned. We're on a break. We'll be right back.
With his teeth, baby,